Boy, straight. It's been a minute. Value Christ over your life, gang. My people. This man, this live today, it's gonna cut. It's gonna cut a few. It's gonna cut a few. But if you are not, able to receive the cutting, then you ain't gonna be able to receive His grace, because the cutting, which He allow us to go through, is all for His grace. Everything is always for His grace, man. We gotta always be understanding of that. So, women, y'all might hear me say a lot today that y'all, the thing is, if you feel like I'm talking about you, it should be a good thing. You feel me? It should be a good thing. And a lot of women gonna want to refute reproach because of the very things that I'm preaching on. It's the spirit of Jezebel. Jezebel don't want to be talked about. Jezebel does not want to be talked about. That's one thing we gotta know. Why? She's dominant. She runs, man. Jezebel, she runs, man. But I'm gonna let y'all get in here, man. Let everybody get in. Let it build up, whatnot, man. How y'all doing? What's good with y'all, bro? Because we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. But today we focusing on women. And not I'm not one of these dudes who just want to stump y'all down. No. I want to help. And it's just so that in the time in which we in right now, man, when you trying to help and you giving truth, those who live in that dark little place, they gonna be like, oh, it's like, again, what he told Jeremiah. You are like, the words that you speak is gonna be like fire, and these people gonna be like wood. So it's gonna get real hot in here for a lot of y'all tonight. But it needs to be hot, because when y'all go to church, y'all ain't getting that heat for real. I doubt that when we get up in these churches, women, that y'all getting hit with that heat, because look at the way that they dress and even go to church. These pastors got y'all feeling a little too comfortable, because they ain't doing it for your salvation. They doing it for your money. And nowadays, these women is the ones who got the check. They the ones who putting in the offer. They the ones offering and giving up the offers most times. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, man. And for everybody that's here right now, appreciate you. I definitely ain't been going live as much as I need to, but I definitely I'm working 5 days a week now, so bear with me. I'm gonna be trying to go live every Saturday, because we still need this word. And we still need just sometimes words of encouragement. And sometimes y'all got to understand, words of encouragement don't always seem encouraging, but that's the whole coming out of her and then going into His glory. So, man, if you're not here to go into His glory and you want to be stuff like the world, I'm not so much as the man you want to watch. I'm not the face you want to come click on, because we live in a time right now where they took out logic and they pushing emotion. It ain't no logic no more. It's emotion. That's why you can have a man and saying, no, this ain't no hate speech. It's just all truth. But you can have a man come out here and speak and say he's a woman. It's because it defies logic. It defies what you are at birth. It defies what you are naturally, and they want to play because it's Satan. Not only is it Satan running the world right now, man, this Jezebel spirit that I'm gonna talk about today, that's dwelling in a lot of women, and a lot of men are effeminate as well and want to be ran by this dominant spirit, because they've been grooming us and they've been beating us to this submission so that we would not be leaders of our own households. It ain't even a household no more nowadays. When women get together with men, it's normally to you get a Jezebel spirit, a woman like whatever her name is, Brittany Renner, a Jezebel spirit. Let's talk. Let's go back to the beginning of how just so y'all can understand how a man operates and how a woman operates. how a man operates is, you got to understand that when we was in the garden, when they was in the garden, the serpent was in the garden too. How long Adam was there by himself, I do not know. We knew Adam was there by himself before God created Eve from her. He didn't create, and again, he didn't create Eve from the dirt like he did Adam. He created Eve from Adam. So now we got that base down. So Adam was obviously going through the same grass. He was obviously saw the same tree that had the same fruit in which Eve would go to eventually bite from, right? And Adam saw the tree. You don't think that the serpent was trying to speak to Adam? But y'all already know how man is, right? If you a man, you understand in our most natural state, when men is being men, we don't hear nothing, we on go. We on straight go time, and that's all we know. That's what makes a man a man. The fact that he can get up and just be loud, proud, and go. He don't need to think about it, he just go. But then after God created Eve, because he said man shall not be alone, he created Eve. And listen, man, most people gonna get offended. Most women gonna get offended because we've been living wrong. They've been teaching this whole thing wrong. So now if I say, women, you are there for a man's support, a broken woman gonna think, why am I there for your support? Why you ain't there for mine? We are broken in our ways of thinking, and it is not your fault. None of this is, a lot of this is not by our fault. It is the world, but it's our fault because we don't try to do it God way. Understand there's two ways, or maybe three. I'm gonna just say three because a lot of people full of themselves, they think that they ain't doing it the world way. So I'm gonna say you got your way, you got the world way, and then you got the Most High's way. We've been doing it our way, getting us nowhere. This women, y'all doing it y'all way. We have no marriages. I bet marriages is on a decline. White man, they had probably the highest marriage rate, and I guarantee you, you see the numbers declining throughout the years because of this woman Jezebel, and nobody, not a woman, but this spirit Jezebel, and nobody is speaking on it. Nobody's speaking on it. But today we don't speak on it. Today we got to get to some of the understanding and why it is, so we can look on every single platform I go on. As a man, I'm seeing women shaking their hips, dancing provocatively, they no clothes on. And in the Bible, understand y'all, there is a such thing as righteous judgment. Ladies, please don't get offended. I ain't casting you. Understand what a judge really do and the way that they got it in the world. A judge sentenced you to somewhere. I am just talking on truth and what I see through my lenses. And I want the reproach, and I want y'all to understand that we living so wrong, and they got us all dwelling and falling in love with this spirit Jezebel. The man falling in love with Jezebel because he's just getting the lust from Jezebel, and Jezebel is getting all of the glitter and the gold. Don't it sound like somebody? Come on, man. Understand what I'm saying right now. It ain't got to do with we're putting you down, but it's might have to beat you down a little bit to lift you up. Because only when you accept the way that you've been living and you know that it's wrong, can you grow. God ain't finna bless nobody with his understanding and with his gifts and with his love and his purification when you can't even be truthful with yourself. We have to understand the time that we living in, and women, y'all got to understand y'all power in why God, the Most High, created. Wait till let me. I think y'all can still hear me. But why a man shall be a covering over a woman, because it's gonna get back to men, women. Understand? I'm gonna talk about y'all, but as us, as the men, we are called to be the leaders. But obviously, again, let's go back to what the beginning of it. Jezebel, not Jezebel, but Eve. Again, I told y'all that, man, Adam, he was in the garden too. Adam saw the tree. Again, man on go time. When the serpent saw Eve, he spoke. Eve heard him. He heard him. Eve listened to what the serpent said and was tricked by a truth begetting in lies. He told her it was a truth that you will not die, but you shall come into the knowledge of the truth and the understanding of good and evil. But it was written in lies because eventually, because of what they did, it would be cursed that they would die. It was a curse that God said that they would die. It just wasn't imminent. So to understand, I'm only saying that to say, man, Satan gonna be so subtle like that. He gonna give you a truth. That's gonna be with a lot of religions. But within those religions, your death is awaiting for you. Because there is no salvation in it. It's just the truth to get you to believe the lies. I gotta give you some sparkly. I gotta give you some shining so that you will just think everything that come after it is just gonna be like this. But in the world that we live in right now, the shining thing is to get you to lose you. That shining thing is just to trick you. That's why it's shining. The thing that don't shine, that subtle thing, and I ain't talking about Satan, which is subtle as well, but I'm talking about the thing that don't shine, it's more precious because you don't even know it's there. Many things that we don't know there is so precious because we don't see it, but we know it's there. Like our God who art in heaven. We can't see him. We know he's there. He's precious. We get lost on what we do see. We get stuck on what we can see. Eve was so stuck and marveled at that tree. Adam probably never thought about the tree. God told Adam to do something. He never thought about the tree until he saw the woman that God, the thing that got man and woman, when he gave Adam Eve, it was for his release so that everything else had they assembly. It had they perfect match. But Adam didn't have a perfect match to be fruitful. Y'all know what fruitful means. Being fruitful is coming together and multiplying. He didn't have his perfect match. So when he got that and he got the feeling of release, which would cause man to be fruitful, y'all know what that feeling is. To a lot of people, there is no greater feeling. God ordained for that to be one of the best pleasures that a man or a woman could ever have with a human body. You get into those moments, the flesh turns that stuff. You got a physical doing and it turns spiritual. A bunch of emotions and feelings. But again, Eve saw something and was sitting there marveled at what she saw. And I'm saying, I try to give you a little breakdown about how man is. We just go. And how women is, they are more. You got a woman need to be attracted by her mind. That's why they need constant edification. Women need constant edification. Men do too, but women need it at a different level. Because to them mentally, if you love her mentally, she can give you maybe everything that she got if you got the rest going. Because obviously it ain't just loving her mentally. You got to be protecting. You got to be a provider. And then you can have a full submissive woman. But nowadays, and I'm going to go into that a little separate, we don't have the men. The men right now, we ain't being men. And coming from a man who, because of my own situation, I wasn't the provider I needed to be for my household. It took me some understanding and seeking out the Most High and understanding that I was effeminate in my own self. Because we think that a man is big and broad, but you get a bunch of these big, brawn, tall, we handsome, we look like men, but we don't operate like men. We operate with emotion. But Adam didn't operate in emotion. Eve did. Eve operated off what she heard and it sounded good, and then she bit from the tree. And Adam wasn't tricked, he sinned. He knew it was wrong, but because this woman, he could get a release from, in which he could see. And understand, Eve ate from the tree first, so she had the knowledge of good and evil. Who's to say that Eve did not, what these women doing today? Show like, man, Adam dumb. He just going off with it. Man, come on. In our natural state, when God created us, he created us in the beginning realm so that he could do everything. So think about a man in this most natural state. We own just what we see, and you feel me? And most time, we just lost. We ain't really thinking too much. But when he saw again, when Eve, when she got the knowledge of good and understanding, when she bit from the tree, and she looked at Adam, a man who already fixated, and he probably was just sitting there looking at her like dumb, lost, like, hey man, dumb, lost, like, and she spoke into his ear, told him what to do, maybe kissed him on his neck, maybe did something sex. Look at the women today. We see that sexual goes a long way with men. A simple-minded, all of it, man, that's just our makeup, man. It don't make you know, it's just our makeup that we fall from our eyes. A man is betrapped by what he see, and not just anything, but what he see and what God gave to be suitable for him. And a woman falls at what her, and not just saying that a man can't fall at the same thing a woman fall for, the same, or vice versa, but I'm just speaking on something that we should be able to understand. And it's gonna go into the whole Jezebel thing. I'm getting there. I'm working y'all up. I'm just getting y'all to understand how a man think and how a woman operates just a little bit. Because y'all gotta understand, Eve was tricked by her mind. She was tricked by her mind. And then when God saw that Adam hearkened to his woman's voice, he gave them judgment. What was the judgment? The judgment would be that Adam lead the woman. It was supposed to be just natural anyway, because just the natural way of living. The man came first, then the woman came. So obviously the natural order, the one first, second, it's natural order. But because Eve was tricked by the serpent and Adam was tricked by Eve, God established that that would be that judgment, that a woman must hearken to her man's voice for the rest of her time. But now we got that little serpent creeping and flowing through the air right now, Jezebel, and she got a lot of men bewild by what she looked like, by the lust that's oozing off from her. The same thing that maybe tricked Adam. Because again, the serpent couldn't trick him. He couldn't sleep with the serpent. Adam couldn't have nothing else. He couldn't. You get what I'm saying? So, man, you got to understand that because it look good, it might not be good. Women, same thing. But what I'm coming here to, it ain't to get down on the men, it's to get down on the women. Not to get down, but it's to speak on what's y'all been lacking for the last 60 years. And now we pretty much gonna get into it. Women. And man, I just got a question. Are y'all not tired of everyday battling lust, man? Y'all not tired of literally, I'm be honest, I'm just saying some things that it might not be easy to say. Y'all not tired of masturbating. And then your thought of masturbation don't even come from you. It's not that you want to do nothing. I know y'all, it's you are on the web. You just going on Instagram, you probably trying to just see what people on. You might just be trying to go search out somebody in the y'all know how you going to search somebody up on Discovery or whatnot, and then before you can even search up, and it's just something that's just boom, boom, everything, because they know right now the spirit of Jezebel know what a man ain't really thinking. Man is just looking, and a lot of these women operate in it, but it ain't even to glorify y'all. They getting false sense of security. Women, y'all out here operating in appreciating a false sense of security. Y'all out here, what are y'all dancing for? Again, in the Bible, it speak of a whore reveals much because she is selling a product. I just want to say this again. Understand, I'm not God. I'm a man of God, and I want y'all to understand. Listen, so if you are doing this, because there's so many women, you could go on their Instagram and you will see Philippians, Proverbs, and it's like y'all got all the God quotes that uplift y'all, but are y'all taking these out of context to live a life of sin? And y'all got Jezebel do that. Jezebel was a Christian. She wasn't really even a Christian. She just had that so people would accept her, and then she come in and then she show who she truly is after you accept it. Because if you say you love God, if these people say, if these people say I believe in Jesus Christ, a true believer or what that can't discern. See, there's a difference. You got believers who can discern and believers who cannot discern, and that's why you need somebody who can discern and understand people to speak words of knowledge and jewels so that y'all could take upon them and you know, continue to stay on the right path and not be lied to. Because what I told y'all in the beginning, Satan gonna come with a truth just so that you could believe a lie. Truth, just so you could believe a lie, man. He said it happens for me seeing these females in person and also, yeah, it happens to most men. But again, let's women. You know, I seen something the other day, and I really don't even want to talk about it. The Jezebel spirit is so damning. It's so it's so prevalent. It's everywhere right now that I seen a woman with a toddler. The baby couldn't have been no older than a couple months years old, and the mother had the baby in a thong, taking multiple pictures. And y'all know how babies are. When they babies, man, they still kind of but basically they kind of chubby. It was just a little chubby, little precious little baby girl, and the mama was exploiting that baby girl. Exploiting her, taking pictures, smiling, holding her backside toward the camera. And nobody, the sad thing is, nobody giving women that's going without correction so long that is why 9 times out of 10, if you ask your girl, has she ever done something sexual with another woman? If she be truthful, she gonna tell you yes. That's why 9 times out of 10, all these women out here, especially the younger one, from probably like 26, 25, 27 and under, bisexual. The spirit of, and not just the spirit of Jezebel, but because they have been going without no correction for so long, they can do anything. They can do anything at all. He said, for a whore is a deep ditch and a strange. He said, for a whore is a deep ditch and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies and waits for a prey and increases the transgressors among men. Do y'all hear what that says? She lying. She's sitting there waiting for a man that she can devour a weaker vessel. Just like Adam was to Eve because of what he saw. Men, women are out here tricking men off of what they see. That's why if men thought logically, literally, men used to but when men are the most logical out of the women, but it just so happened when he see when a man is turned on, when his hormones are turned on, his logic go out the window. He no longer think with this head, but he think with the other head. And Satan know that. But Satan also know it is easier for the serpent to get to the woman than it is to get to the man. But if you could get to the man, just get to the woman first. And then from her can you get to the man. That's why we heard, women, how many times have we heard that women start all the wars? How many times have you heard this? Are we not understanding what's going on? Are we not paying attention to how God got these stories in the Bibles for you to learn from? He ain't trying to make you no slave. Basic instructions before leaving earth. In Judah, they've been mind warping us just like, hold up, I got something else to say. This is going to be totally different. This is going to be a black women. Y'all not going to like this. Y'all probably not going to like this one. A lot of y'all probably going to run. But how y'all feel about and understanding this? So when black men and Hebrew men and Hebrew women first got to America, we were slaves, right? So the black man had no authority over the black woman. We worked together. for the better of our home, our house, to be as happy as we could under the laws of Esau, under the power and the affliction that we would be getting under the Esau and everybody else who would conspire against us, right? So why is it that a man who never had authority is one of the most hated by his own woman? Why is a black woman hate a black man so much when don't talk to me about he ain't been prevalent in the home, because why is he not prevalent in his home? The black man didn't create the drugs and give them to himself and say sell the drugs, and then after they made money off them selling the drugs, they came back and made a double profit from locking them up, and then they throw it in our. They sit there and not understanding the wiles and the prowls of Satan, how he is literally showing us how he fucked us. He's showing us how he screwed us. Hebrews 50 Cent right now is showing us how we fail. And the sad thing is we don't have real men out here leading. We have beta males who can be easily influenced by Satan, who can look at something glittering gold and they see the woman and they doing everything they can just to get back to the woman so they can have all of them. Your want, there's no number on your wants. And I think this is a fine part, because the Most High knows there is no limit to wants. When Adam did not hearken to Eve, when Adam hearkened to Eve's voice, and God saw that Eve wanted that and she ain't had no covering, she said, now you must hearken. God ordained it so that you hearken to your man's voice. You must shut up. It's a Bible verse to tell women, shut up and listen. Shut up and follow. Women don't want this reproach because we live in a world we're telling them, and now they because they make them more, they out and they working. They have taken up the responsibility of the man. They think that they can be, they don't even know that they the new man. Women, y'all the new man. The sad thing is, and men, a lot of us, you the new woman. The roles have been reversed. That's why you get more working women than you get the man. The man sit at home. They ain't the natural woman, so they don't truthfully run the home right. We ain't cleaning up. We ain't cooking and teaching the babies and nurturing them how we supposed to. Leave them in. Some can, but don't get tricked. Most can't. It ain't our job. Our job is to provide. Our job is to not so much as think and be nurturers, but go and get. Like I said, go do. And so the Most High gave us a wife. A man should have a wife. A woman should have, because he was setting limits. A woman that do not have a limit, that ain't good. What we saw, Adam could not be the covering for her, so she went off and got into something and then tricked him. So now God ordained it to be a way that a man, but I know a lot of y'all ain't out there living for God. Y'all ain't out there living for, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to talk about y'all. We got to talk about the real in order for y'all. If you trying to grow, if you know that those likes, all this stuff that you getting is truly ain't doing nothing for you. It's making a fake you to break you. That's all these people is out here. Fake people, and it's breaking them inside. They might look good on the outside, but on the inside, they hate their life. The likes don't reciprocate love. The lust of these men don't reciprocate love. Women, I hope y'all hear me for those who do stay, because women can't get no reproach because they lacked it for 60 years. Nobody told them anything for 60 years. You can't tell a woman nothing. And if you speak on women's business, they gonna call you gay. They don't have no reproach. There's so many barriers set up that you can't, man don't feel comfortable going over into the woman's mess and speaking on it because he don't want to be talked about, because we already been talked about. We already less of a man anyway. The world groomed us to be so tough that and don't even know how we less of a man when all they told us to be was tough. I don't even know how we so less of men when the world literally all it told us was to be was tough. Could it be the fact that the woman is now the man? And because a man, we just want that release. Most men just want that release. We just let the woman be the leader. We've been leading so long. That's just the spirit of a weak man. And I've been a weak man, period, before too. A spirit of a weak man, he don't want to work. He want his girl to go out and work. But if your woman go out and work and she make the more money than you make, she'll never be able to look at you like a real man. Ever. Your girl, and that's why they did what they did to us. They had to mess up the root of the man so that the root of the woman could be messed up. But a lot of these dudes being out here nowadays, we tricked by Jezebel. And to get back on what I'm talking about, because it ain't to really keep cutting the man, it's to cut the woman today. The woman is the one who's going to have to go to the Most High and ask him to put together back those pieces, because y'all should be in some sort of feel some sort of persecution, because y'all are out here getting men to sin. All you Instagram models, all of y'all who are thinking that y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all I'm just taking pictures. For what? Why are you posting in such tight clothes, such revealing clothes? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to buy? Literally, likes. Y'all can't be doing it for the attention. Y'all are operating in the spirit. Y'all dancing with the devil. Literally, women are out here dancing with the devil, and they love it. If you try to tell a whore, she a whore, she don't look at you, laugh, and say, so what? At least I'm getting money. What? And what do you mean you know they from Esau's good? Who from women? All women ain't from Esau? I don't understand what you mean. This ain't got nothing to do with black and white. We ain't talking about no black and white right now, because that's what the line of Esau Jacob is, black and white. This is women. Oh, and to get back to why I said that women was going to be hurt from, black women, when I was trying to, and y'all know me, my man, I be going from here to here to here to here to here to here to here, but everything got substance. When I was going to my point about the black man not having no authority, and so why is he so hated? He's hated because the white woman, who truly had authority. So now we can go back to Esau. The white man had authority over his woman. How do you know that? What do you mean they had authority? Because the white man could vote, but the white woman could not vote. Black people, we couldn't vote at all. We were just doing whatever we had to do to get by. But we talk about those in authority. So then, like, everybody, look, y'all look, pay attention. Everybody always gotta come get the black voice, so so whatever they agenda that they pushing can go it can go from here to here. It's like they go get Judah for their agenda to go here to here. The white woman, those agendas that they was pushing, equality, they wasn't pushing that on their own. They went and got a woman, and they told them that, oh, the white man ain't oppressing you. The black man oppressing you, but we had nothing to oppress y'all with. Why do y'all hate us more, but everything's been done to us? The black man is the most afflicted, persecuted, lied to, hated in the world. But nobody want to give him his, nobody want to say that, because they going to get to be tough, be tough, be tough, be tough. That's all they tell us, is to be tough, be tough, be tough. Be a man, be a man, be a man. How we gonna be men when our women ain't even women? How is it possible for a man to operate in his gifts if a woman ain't even operating in hers, which should be subtle? But again, the black women, y'all jumped on the course to white women. The white women was the only ones who had men who had authority, who was making them feel like they was less of, because we was on the same plane as y'all. If master giving us food, giving y'all food, I'm sure enough we wouldn't take it from y'all. They was having so many kids, so the families was like this. Where did the divide come from? With all these feminine movements that black women joined, that they was never supposed to be a part of. But because the mental, man, it all goes back to the mental. They was deceived by that serpent. The black man doing this to you. The black man doing this, we weren't doing nothing to y'all. Everything was being done to the both of us at the same time. And then y'all joint that. And now what do you see? You see a world that is truthfully ran by emotions, no logic now. Because Jezebel is running the government, you see emotion, no logic. If you get me to feel a way emotionally, I can cancel you. Even if it don't matter if you speak nothing but logic. If I call you a man, if I call a man who identifies as transgender, who identifies as a woman, a man, because he wants to go off of emotion, I can be locked up for a hate crime. What does that say? That when the Bible told you that this was Satan's world, it is truly Satan's world. You can look at a little examples like that to go by and understand that how it is truly his world. Because goodness is looked at as bad and bad is looked at as goodness. That is why you could get a whole a culture of black death and it be accepted by black people. A culture of black death. It's because this is what they've been grooming us for. Nothing ever happens on an instant. Nothing ever just happens automatically. And Satan, he don't just give you the ugly right there. He subtly brings it in so it's easier for you to accept. And a man easily gonna accept anything that a woman is doing. I just think about when I was a kid, man, and because what a man had done to me, I was more prone to going to a woman for her comfort, for her support. And I never knew how to appreciate a real man. Men don't know how to appreciate real men, listen to an actual real man and be chastised by a man. We rather go to a woman because she gonna say, oh, it's okay. Cause and this is how we get a group of feminine boys. We cannot be taught. Women, but it goes back to us, man, because we called to be the leaders. We have lost because of the evil. They took out the man from the household and gave us a new man. So we got to talk about we can't leave no stones unturned, man. We got to get the man back to being a man and the woman back to being a righteous woman. Because if you, if you being world righteous, that is different from the Most High. I get it. A lot of y'all ain't living for God. You living for your Instagram. You living for the spirit of Jezebel attached to you. You living for to become famous. Or you might, a lot of these women, they out here living to literally provide nothing but take all. A man is called to be a provider, but not to a whore. A whore will reduce you to a loaf of bread. Not a loaf, a slice of bread. She will take you for every. Did y'all hear what I said? A whore will reduce you. This is what the Bible said, to a slice of bread. And the sad thing about it is, we ain't in that book. We ain't trying to see what God said about the way. We think that we know better. We leaning on our own understanding, and that is why we failing. That is why it ain't no marriages. That is why there's so many the kids are dysfunctional. God forbid this world actually go on for longer than some more long. Just say if the world just say if he grants us another 50 years, 60 years. Bruh, the kids that's coming up under these new age whores, sorry, but y'all don't even understand. Y'all operating in whorism. You TikTokers, you Instagrammers, y'all think y'all not doing it for fun. Satan seduced these girls and say, why are you dancing sexually and talking about it's fun? Go TikTok is literally a soft porn app. Instagram is literally Now a soft porn app. It's just a business. And this business is so intriguing to a woman who is broken, and they see these women getting false loves. Everybody want to be loved. So these broken women see these other women, and they like, I just want to be loved like them. My life shitty. So if these men are lusting after y'all, y'all know that y'all gonna be judged for having men go back to and fro to sin like that. Yeah, man gonna be judged for sin and doing it, but who getting him to sin most of these times? Jezebel. The spirit that these women are accepting and they not repenting from, and they not even understanding. They monetizing off the Jezebel spirit, like Jezebel monetized off what she was doing, off giving lust to get everything. She was out there giving lust to take over. I'm a woman of Christ, but then she's seducing everybody. Bless you. She's seducing these people to plant her seeds. That's all that's happening right now. You got men right now, bro, with the Jezebel, who is in love with that woman Jezebel, and they would do anything for her. That's why niggas ain't dating, bro. These niggas don't become card crackers solely because they want a better life. They become card crackers so that they can look like they got it to the women that ain't gonna give you. They not gonna add on nothing. They just gonna take. We doing all this for women who ain't gonna do nothing. But again, because a man can get a release from that woman, he don't even care. Because we simple-minded and we lost on what we see. And I just want to know, like, where are the parents at, women? Why are their grandmothers and mothers getting together with their daughters and doing sexual TikToks? But ain't nobody telling their daughter or going on this page and seeing that her daughter in her comments, she's 16, 15, 14. They don't care. They see oh, you got 600,000 subscribers? They don't see the perverted man in her comments. They don't see the perverted man dropping wet emojis, cucumber emojis. They don't see that you click on their page, they got women, kids. It's dysfunction. And women, since the man ain't even there, then we know y'all at the head of the household. In the black homes, y'all the ones there. Y'all are the lead of dysfunction nowadays. You got Jezebel spirited women raising other Jezebels, telling them, oh man, you don't need to work for nothing. That man should do everything. But you provide no nurturing. You don't even know how to clean, cook, keep yourself clean. But they out here getting fed. How is it that Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. When she started, then she pursued, nigga, what? Some swallow me, drip down. Come on. Jezebel. I don't even know why I know that song. I ain't never even listened. Women done dance to it so much off TikTok and Instagram. They done meditated off this perversion and they don't even know that now you a whore. You working in a whore. I don't care what profession you got. You got people that's you got nurses nowadays operating in the whorism spirit because they want attention. Operating in Jezebel because y'all ain't getting no money. Y'all, you TikTokers, y'all, you parents who let y'all daughters do this, y'all letting y'all whoring y'all daughters out for pennies on a dime. You ain't even really getting no money for it. But if you was, it still wouldn't make it right. That means that money is your God. You don't do things to be seen by God. You just do things to get money. Money is your God. But again, man, we got 2/3 that's getting ready to perish. So I just hope that y'all hear these words and understand that for God to do something in you, you gonna have to first acknowledge where you messing up. So if you're a man and you know you need to do more and actually take the responsibility of being a man, you need to wake up and do that, and not tomorrow, not on New Year's, your New Year's resolution, but today. Y'all know what's happening with these years? when 2023 come, that's another year that Satan is about to increase, because that one is on his way back. So things are about to get even more messed up. That's why it went from women exploiting themselves, like I told y'all, like y'all see, into what I gave y'all a story of a woman had her baby girl in a thong, taking pictures, no top, because obviously you don't see much, but I wouldn't even show my baby girl with no shirt on, because there are perverts out here. Sadly, a lot of the perverts are women. And we live in a world where if a pervert is woman, they just get slapped on the wrist. When them women be having sex with all those kids, those little boys in school, you don't even hear about it. You don't even hear about it. If a man do it, boy, you gonna hear about it. He gonna get publicly crucified, killed him. But I'm saying that to say, women, y'all have been going without correction for so long. So long. That is why the majority of y'all are homosexual. That's why majority, you could probably ask like 8 out of 10 men if they be truthful. Did you ever have one of those girls that said that they had a best friend that they was always with? Oh, but when they with this best friend, we was getting drunk, we was high. I couldn't answer the phone. We was having so much fun, dancing and listening to music. If 7 out of 10 of y'all be honest, you could tell people how your girl was sleeping with a woman and lying about it. It's crazy, right? Ain't that crazy? If that women can openly eat, that was the first way of them really even subtly bringing, this homosexual thing in. It was a slightly easy doorway to get through, because there's so many women who would like, there were so many weak-minded, spirited men who don't have a woman, who ain't got their eyes fixated on a wife so he can have a boundary, a limit, but he won't. So those weak-minded men who truly operated in the spirit of Jezebel and operated in the spirit of lust and disgust, just like these women doing, they facilitated this Jezebel dream. Because y'all was the first ones saying, girls kissing girls, I like girls kissing girls. Niggas liked it first. But look, the man was just simple-minded. He only operate off of what his sexual desires, and a woman saw that like, oh, all these dudes want. But it's a sin within everything that y'all try to do to get what somebody else want. When you try to do something to get the likeness of somebody else, is sin hidden right when you're doing it, because you doing it for man. Anything that you do for man, you got to know that there's going to be sin rooting right in it. There's nothing that you can do for the Most High that has sin rooting in it. Just think about it. And it's just crazy because nobody talking about it. And not only are they not talking about it, they are creating groups that celebrate what these women do. Body positive. Songs like Body Yaddy 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 that get women that you dancing, you shaking it from your left to right. You ain't doing nothing but popping off lust. You getting men to sin. You don't even know God judging you for what those look. You don't even know Jezebel has not been judged. Go in the Bible and see what the Most High said about Jezebel, that spirited woman who was with Ahab. Ahab was like most of these men out here. And Jezebel was like most of these women out here. Using her sexual body, using her lust to take everything, and Ahab just, he okay, he just gone off of sex. These niggas is gone off of perversions. There's so many perverted men out here, it don't even make sense. Y'all don't even like regular sex no more. That's why these men start liking little girls, because it's gateways. Satan works through gateways. If I could get you to like this, if I can get you here, then if the one time at some point you ain't gonna like this no more, you're going to need something else to fulfill that desire, because there is no limits on wants. There's no numbers on them. So you need a limit. That's why a man should have a wife, and a wife definitely need her covering, because you fragile, ladies. And if you don't got your covering from a man, you easier to get to, You more easily deceived. And if we got a bunch of deceived women, then you know we got a bunch of deceived men, because a man is deceived by the woman, but the woman is deceived by the spirit. Not saying that a man can't be deceived by a spirit, but I'm saying Adam and Eve should have taught us great, valuable lessons. That is why a woman is supposed to be quiet and listen to her man. I know we live in a world right now, like, I ain't be quiet and listen to nobody. I ain't doing nothing for nobody. That's exactly how because we grew up in a world where man has been depreciated so much that there's no honor. Especially for the black man, we get no honor. The only how we get any honor is if you got a bag. You get fake honor from Jezebel. She love you then. Man, don't give your bag up from somebody that ain't a wife. You got men who work so hard to get somewhere. And it's a lot of the time they just want that beautiful, shiny thing, but that girl is nasty. Just as easy as you persuade a hoe with your blue check and your money, the next nigga gonna do it while you're with her, and there's no numbers on wants. Women don't want to hear this, but each one of these, you got so many. It starts on Instagram. It starts on social media. They looking for something. That's why they showing their ass, they tits. They actually looking for something. And when the right thing come that they've been looking for come, they gone. If she looking good on Instagram, chances, I'm talking about like looking good. She could look good and she just not really do much. Like I got my girl, she look good and she just put a picture up there. You don't see no breast, you just face. And that's enough. Because most in the real senses of a man, we like to be we like to think too. We like to fantasize sometimes. With these, there's no fantasizing in them. You get everything you're supposed to get in marriage on Instagram. I'm just being honest. It's so sad. What was the point that I was trying to come back to? Forgot what I was saying. It was a point that I was trying to make with the Instagram. But women, a man that has sex with you don't love you. Is it worth you exploiting your body for a perverted man's world? Because the most of y'all get out here, y'all operating, y'all be doing this, taking pictures and just putting yourself out. Oh, that's what it was. How they, yeah. That's what I wanted. That's what I was going to. That's what I was, how y'all don't even know. And that's why I said a whore reveals herself because she's selling a product, right? All these women don't even understand that they putting themselves up for sale with these sexual. There's somebody out there waiting to buy you. How you said that whore is waiting to devour that man? There's a man who is a whore who is waiting to devour you, and then you'll become that next whore, because these spirits transfer. And if you lay down with a whore who lay down with 100 more whores, you just took on 111 whores. Or 101, I mean. I'm talking about 111. But y'all know what I'm trying to say, man. All these spiritual things that we connecting ourselves to, and ain't nobody telling us that it ain't okay. I mean, that it is not okay. They saying, girl, as long as you get in the bag, as long as you happy, because they want to do it themselves. That's the spirit of evil. As long as you happy and what you doing, that should mean everything, because should nobody come between your happiness. If God come between people's happiness, they cut them off. If God tell people that he can't do something, they cut them off. And they find little small ways to make it seem like they living godly, but they cut God off. They really cut him off, but they think that if they say this little thing, oh, I believe in Jesus Christ, or if I go to church every Sunday, that he don't see me selling my all during the week on Instagram, promoting lust, promoting the spirit of Jezebel all over TikTok. Because that's all y'all do. Y'all dance in very revealing clothes. And y'all get out there and y'all dance. Y'all prance around. And y'all do voodoo dances. And y'all don't even know y'all doing voodoo dances. That's why men can't stop looking. Because the dances is to entrap us. They just using us to kill each other. They just use us to further hurt each other. Because if we ain't worried about what the animals doing, we worried about what y'all doing. We ain't care about what the birds doing. The birds, we'll talk about it, but we ain't really, we worried about y'all. We can't procreate with them. We procreate with y'all. But because we have a world where they not telling, like we have a world where you can't say nothing to a woman. How is it that they started the whole Black Lives Matter group, right? And it wasn't about the black men. It wasn't no black women dying. They got this group started. Like, obviously we know, but the face of the Black Lives Matter was supposed to be the black man. But it was not for them. It was for gays and for women. Do y'all not see what the spirit of Jezebel is doing? They use the man just for everything. They had the man there for the sinner. They probably show George Floyd, they probably show all the black men getting killed. But then when you go to some of them and hear them talk, they didn't even love the black man. They didn't even appreciate or care for him. They used him to gain. Like Jezebel, she ain't care nothing about no Ahab. Ahab simple. If I get Ahab this, then Ahab will go do this for me. If I do this to Ahab, if I do this a certain way, sexual men ain't care about nothing other than sex. And that's why we all need to watch who we are around a woman. The scariest thing for you is a leader who really ain't even a man of God. The scariest thing should be for a woman is a man who really ain't a man of God. That's why, let me tell you how. If he was a man of God, he gonna lead you. He gonna be the covering you need. If Adam was leading Eve, she wouldn't have ate from the tree. God said, you hearken to Eve's voice. So now I judge you to rule over Eve. So now it was judgment. And listen to this girl called the Miss Gemini. Let me show you how small. This is Jezebel. Hey, Jezza. She said the penis is a elongated clitoris. Women predate men. This is Jezebel. A woman was created by man's rib. A woman don't predate no man. God said he created Adam from the dirt. And then he looked around and then Adam had no one and he was alone. And he said, man shall not be alone. Should I go to Genesis? Again, we have taken out all true logic and put emotion and trickery. And it sounds good. Like that's what Satan is. He is in a lot of the places where it sounds good. To a person who don't know nothing about God, they would say, oh, and if they know what a clitoris is and they understand the female body and the male body, a fool would think that a woman came before a man because God ordained this so that the way to get the seed in was through a woman and her carrying it for 9 months. Woman did not come first. That's why man is the leader. And that's why men are called to be the head of the house. And the Bible says the head of a woman is a man. The head of the woman is a man. She has no point. Her point works against my point that women has been going without, they've been going without no much correction, and they keep fighting. And you get these women and they continue to fight men. Especially if you fight the black man, it's like we never had no authority to exercise nothing, no authority over y'all. Stop fighting the black man for a world he did not produce, but everything was produced unto him. And like they use us and abuse us all the time. And because of all these feminist groups, y'all got to understand, any group at all, Black Lives Matter, it might seem like it's good, but it only seems like it's good to the people it's to benefit. But it's going to be somebody on the outside. Look, God benefits everybody. It's just everybody don't want to be benefited by God, because we got emotional ties and strings to sins that we don't even know the beginning to even understand. How can we break up out of it? We don't even know how to get to the root of these generational curses. People they praying and they still can't, because you gotta really want this. This lifestyle ain't just a Sunday thing. It ain't just a Sabbath Saturday thing. It is a lifestyle, because sin gonna be there tomorrow and the next day and that night and the next night. Sin gonna always be there. So you're gonna have to always live in battle and confliction with yourself. And that's what we not understanding. We keep running from the very thing that's going to make us into the diamond that we need to be. Our affliction, our stress, our pain, everything that we suffering from in this world, the Most High's knocking when he see you. Hey, I want to help you with that. Will you allow me? No, you're way too hard. I got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing what? Giving yourself to the very thing that is causing your hurt, causing your pain. When you literally learn what the Most High, when he told you to keep you away from something, it wasn't because he ain't have you to, he didn't want us to want. It was because he was trying to protect us. He was trying to, they say, I heard along the ways was the best form of, what is it? The easy way to stay out of trouble is to not even get into it. That y'all understand that so he tell you don't do this. People, y'all, I'm trying to, Satan tricking people and thinking that he trying to set y'all free, but God trying to keep y'all confined and trying to keep you on punishment. That's what people think. No, your pain and your affliction is due to what you think ain't punishment. It's due to what you dwell in and don't know that this is the reason why you feel like the Most High don't love you. It's because of what you are feeding your mind every day on a constant. These women who operate in whorism, I guarantee you, they love Cardi B. They love Corey LeRae. They love a Beyonce. They love anybody who can speak to their heart and in a way in which goes right against the ways and the laws that the Most High wanted us to operate in. People love going to find that podcast that's going to tell you to manifest this, manifest that, love this. They make it so subtle and so beautiful. And women are literally, they tricked by their mind into the little beautiful pictures. Like Eve, she was tricked by her mind. She wanted to know the knowledge of good and evil. She heard that and her mind was rocked. That serpent rocked her world. When you said that I could eat from this tree and I won't die, but I really was going to know more than that God hiding something from me, then I'm going to really be able to see things clear. That rocked her world. Women are out here moving. Not they out here moving. Women are mental lovers. Men, they just need to see something that looked lovable. It just needs to look lovable, and a man will love it. See it. Look at the world. How many of these dudes out and one, if you can't look at the hip hop and see that something's weird with those dudes who get up to a certain level, because they get up to a certain level and then they sleep with the same women as if there's no other women in the world. I think it's mighty strange that what's her name? What's the new young Jezebel whore that was just with Michael B. Jordan? I think she was somebody else now. It should be very strange that she could go from a Future and then a Michael B. You would think that they all in a cult. And I don't want to go off because, that'll be a message for a whole nother day. But these idols are the ones who literally facilitate that Jezebel spirit to even get latched on to these poor women. All these TikTokers. Y'all, I hope ain't nobody telling these girls that y'all literally out here doing Satan's work for him. Y'all doing Satan's work for him. Women need to know that y'all doing Satan's work. If you out there, you putting off, it don't matter. It's so sad because you get women who's supposed to be of God and they out here showing their cleavage. They ain't doing that. It's just what shows you a man of God and a woman of God is their appearance. Your appearance got a lot to do with your beliefs. How you present yourself to the world is how you want to be seen. So if you're revealing something, remember that the Bible said a whore reveals much because she's selling a product. So if you're on Instagram, and the sad thing is probably all men here. Yeah, Steve Harvey's daughter. It ain't that many women here, Lori Harvey. It ain't that many women. Ice Spice, she the same thing. All of them, they love to put those type of women in front of and let all the other women because people are not thinking about the kingdom. They thinking about having the kingdom here on earth without God. And they think that the way to do that is money, riches. Again, like a Brittany Renner, you get people like that just want to use their sexual exploit their own self, objectify their own self for a bag. For a good, what they think is a good life. But you're going to get called a whore your whole entire life. No man will ever appreciate you. They might sleep with you, but that don't mean they appreciate you. He'll sleep with you and he'll sleep with your friend if she look equivalent to you. Because a man who ain't looking for a wife, he has no limit. And a woman who ain't aspiring to be a wife, she has no limit, and that woman is worse than that man. That's what they don't want to tell y'all. Women, y'all are, bro. It's no trick that God wasn't trying to trick us with these stories in the book. He tried to tell us certain things so we would know what to understand, and when we look at the world, when you look at a man, when you look at a woman, to understand them better, to understand yourself when you look in the mirror, to be able to set yourself free. That's what that book do. It set you free. Man, he said R. Kelly and Usher, same girl, was an abomination. All of this music is an abomination. If you think it is not an abomination, go try listening to some gospel music and see how hard it is. See your flesh and your spirit battle right there. See how you really have to deny yourself and feed your spirit. It's easy for you to listen to Cardi B, Chief Keef, King Von's, but I bet you it ain't gonna be easy for you to put a gospel song in your ear. That should tell you a lot right there. Just try that little self-experiment. It should be the biggest teller. It should, because the music in which Satan produced speaks to your flesh. Gospel music ain't speaking to your flesh. It speaks against your flesh for the better of your spirit. But those who love the fleshly things and don't appreciate the spiritual things, y'all need to understand that these fleshly things is to trick you from the spiritual. So those who understand a little bit of the spiritual, go dive in. Keep going. Keep denying yourself, because while they searching for treasures on this world and we being hurt and going through affliction, we building treasures that won't ever perish. We building homes and for our next life that they can never fathom. Understand that they can get rich tomorrow, die the next day. And everything that they do to be seen by the world is in vain. Offset or whatever, set off, whatever, I don't even know. So many of these rappers died every day. We don't even know which one of them. Y'all can't even tell me. Niggas ain't been thinking about him no more. Ain't nobody thinking about him no more. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that once you die, that's it. You ladies out here looking to just trick men for nice worldly things. Y'all losing. Satan getting y'all to waste time to be seen by the world. You need to be trying to build God. Why y'all think that the Most High said, while you are, what he say? He said, I hate my thing, pause. He said, while you are building your home in hell, I will be with you. Or while you are making your bed in hell, I will be with you. Because he knew the majority, 2/3 of people would be making their bed in hell, but he's still with us. How is he with us? Because we still have goodness in the world. We still got people trying to go against everything that the world is treating us and telling us that it is okay. That's where the goodness is. The fact that you wake up each day and you feel pain, you feel some type of stress. It's your lifestyle stressing you out. God ain't stressing you out. It's your lifestyle, the things that you want that you can't get. Every time I look at my life and I'm stressed out, oh, whoa, God, what you want now? What you looking for now? What you need now? What you lack now? When you start to make God your want and your true want by spirit, you start to see how everything else is just a vexation of your spirit. You know, a vexation is just like 1,000 cuts. It's just cuts. Vexation is just cuts. You cutting your spirit so much with the world. But the great repairer has come to repair. The thing is, y'all going to the wrong repair shop. You going to the world to repair. How the world going to be the one that's repairing you? And it's the one that's breaking you and cutting you. So when you go to the world and thinking that it's repairing you, it's just giving you another solution to dwell inside of. But that's just going to be something else that you're going to find soon to find out that was just another doorway for you to hate your life, for you to look at God and hate him. Y'all need to understand your hurt is to make you great. Your affliction ain't so we would look at a man who don't know the Bible, who lean on his own understanding, look at his affliction and his hurt, and they say, man, God, you must hate me. And God looking so confused because he like, you ain't even came to me to see what I said about this. I got the blueprint for you. Instead of thinking that I hate you and further driving away from me, come to me. You keep driving away from me saying that I hate you, but you never really come to me with your whole you. So can you come to him with your whole you and see if it is that he hates you, or see if he allowed those things to happen to you so you would think about him? Because with no affliction, you don't never think about God. If he never had the world to hurt us, and like the world give you a false sense of security, but the Most High ordained it to be that way. So when you go to the world and you see that the world keep hurting you, you're like, man, I gotta go to this person, this spirit that they said that set it up this way, because he wants to be the one that puts you back together. The world can't do that. The world is to break you apart. He calls us to be in the world, but not of the world. He wants us to come to him so he can put that little piece together and it's going to feel good. And once you go to get for him and he put one piece together just one time and you notice that it was him, you're going to keep going back to him because you're going to see how good it feels, how his love is within your hurt. The more you hurt, the more you should want to seek out his love and his grace. The more the world, and then when you do know who you are in him, your battles are not the same battles as they once were. Because God sent us to the fire to make you. He sent you to that pool of water so that what you become on that other side, you would not have become if you did not go through a trial. You ain't gonna become nothing. A diamond wouldn't be a diamond without heat and pressure. He works in a lot of things that if you would look at life, you can apply it to people. We say diamonds are precious, right? But we are like diamonds to him, so he gotta give us a little heat, put a little bit of pressure on us and see what it makes us. Because I'm sure that diamonds with heat and pressure, all them diamonds ain't make it. I bet you all them diamonds ain't make it. They had to see the right amount of heat and what right amount of pressure that would go to working and making a perfect diamond. I bet it was some strategy going on. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. I'm going to tell y'all what this is. You hardworking man out there, you're going to increase. The scammers out there, they might be living real good, but it'll diminish. Anything that is so easily obtainable will leave just as quick as you got it, because if you don't work for it, you can't appreciate it. But any wealth gotten by vanity, doing things that is going, vanity is empty. Vain to the most high. We got to understand that this book, it's talking not just about what's vanity to a man, but what's vanity to the Holy Spirit. This is a spiritual book, and man in his carnal state can't understand it. To the slaves by the slave master to keep that slave on the right direction to be a slave. But how can they enslave somebody with something that he don't even know about? They couldn't use a God that these people never knew about to keep them to be slaves unless they knew about that God that was in that book. Unless they knew about that book, it was just like, we need that book, and they took everything else from us, so they read it. They knew that was the only thing that would keep us living is what our God said. So they wouldn't let us read it, but they would read it to us. But yeah, so women, all y'all understand that the wealth, because this goes back to the women, because there's a lot of women getting wealth right now off vanity, off sexual things that truthfully mean nothing to nobody but them and the ones that they pleasing. Will diminish. Like it will, regardless of what these people are selling y'all. They put people in front of y'all that y'all think that they they got it all. But they don't. They selling you an illusion, because those who truthfully have it all ain't really caring to show you nothing. Those who live in an illusion and care to be seen by man, they the ones that need to show you everything that they doing. But those who are comfortable in their own life and what they got going, they not uploading Instagrams and Snapchats. If you so happy in your moment, why you ain't in your moment? If you so happy in what you doing, you wouldn't even think about pulling out no camera phone. People be so lost on what happiness is. Y'all think that I'm only happy if I'm showing y'all I'm happy. People think that their happiness is predicated off somebody else believing that they happy and pressing like. Look at her, she looks so happy. They just look like they going through the best of the best. Click. And when y'all like it, y'all are actually, it ain't that y'all saying that you care about your friend. You helping you make a monster. How many of these girls before they got an OnlyFans, they had Instagram and they just was looking good first. And then the more they started to lose, the more of them they started to reveal, the more likes, the more that they really start getting. But it was just remember what I said earlier, it's just the doorway. It's just Satan works through doorways. I just want to get you subtly. Because if I could get you subtly, the manifestation of evil got many looks to it. But if I could come to you with a subtle lie and just work on that, you'll go from being an Instagram model to an OnlyFans model. At first you were selling pictures, now you selling pee. You thought you were selling looks, now you really selling pee. And it's crazy because nobody's talking about it. This message won't get to it shouldn't. It's his will, but it shouldn't, because God said that his word will not come back to him vain, empty. But his word and everything that he said that his word would do, it does, and it's doing. We got so many people out here who, it was this dude on Instagram, man, and he got I don't know, I think he had like 13,000 followers, and he's just talking about manifestation. Let me tell you something. Let me really tell y'all the real truth. There's two spirits who can manifest right now. The Most High and Satan. Think about it. There's two people who you yourself can't manifest. You can manifest someone else's will. That you can do. But I'm saying, like, if you think you manifesting something that is in the world, you're doing the manifestation of Satan's will. You can manifest God's will, but you're going to have to go to his word and do what he said do, and then you can manifest his love, his calming spirit. You can manifest his understanding. Like I manifested his understanding and his wisdom due to what I gave him, which was a lot of me. I denied myself when I was on O Block. When I ain't know a way to get out, I gave God me. I said, I don't got this to give you. I can't give you that. I don't got nothing, but I got Jamal. I got this living sacrifice that I could present to you so that you will use me as you please for the benefit of your kingdom. Jamal living in my life, I'm like, if I'm going through this already and I'm already hurt, I ain't got no kingdom for nobody to come to, so that must mean that I must help serve someone else in his kingdom. I hope y'all heard that. So if you don't have your own kingdom, you are helping someone else serve him in his kingdom. Now, how many of y'all helping Satan build his kingdom? And how many of y'all actually out there truthfully helping the Most High build his kingdom? Because if you are getting men to go into sin, which would be a lot of women today, you helping Satan build his kingdom. And don't know it. Women, repent from what y'all see these weaker spirited women indwelling in. And because you do it, do y'all know that ain't none of us gonna be perfect? That until you actually say that that's me, he talking about me right there, and change it, don't run away from it. Don't go to people who gonna tell you it's okay to work hard. You got to do something to get along. Don't run to them, but run to the appreciating where you lack. Because only then, when you are real with yourself, does God see that and honor the truth that you are giving to yourself, so he helps you. Yeah, many people can choose the route that they want, and y'all will regardless. But my job ain't to worry about what people gonna do. My job is to get out here and do what God say do. A lot of the times I keep worrying about what people doing. I'm worrying about the numbers. I'm worrying about why people ain't trying to listen. I'm worrying about why people don't love themselves more than they love me. And then it just, are you reading the word and being a doer of the word, or are you just reading it for them? Because when you read the word for you, for the understanding of him, you start to know that what he say gonna go. And you can stop trying to save everybody, because he said 2/3 was gonna perish. So you can stop worrying about why you can have 1,500 there for the old Black lives, but less than 100 for the true message. Don't you worry about that, but you worry about what I've told, what you have prayed to go out there and do, and what I have gifted you knowledge to go do. So I ain't worried about, because there's a Bible scripture that said, "For what does another man faith have to do with your faith and the power thereof?" I'm gonna say it again. So what does another man's faith have to do with your faith and the power thereof? They unbelief ain't got nothing to do with what you doing. They unbelief. And if Satan can use them, that should be more of a you appreciating the same thing that God told you to appreciate. I've been learning so much to take advantage of what y'all taking for granted. For real, because I'm not trying to be the one that when I get to heaven's door and it's my time to go up and say and I repeat those words, and Christ tell me, ye, what he said in the scriptures, ye hypocrites. I see how you honoreth me with y'all tongue. Ye hypocrites, I see how you honoreth me with your tongue. You cast out many devils in my name. But in your day of doom, why is it that he's going to tell these people, depart from him? Because you ain't going to use him to be seen by man. People going to just say, oh, Jesus this, Jesus that. Boy, just to be seen by men. People got all that y'all got, nigga, don't have Philippines or whatever on your Philippians on your bio on Instagram to be seen by men, but live by that scripture that you trying to get man to think you living by. Live by it actually, instead of trying to get man to see you doing it. That's what most people do. We worried about somebody who don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. Why would you live for a man who can't judge you or give you no help? Who really just gonna probably most times keep you lost, because most of us don't got the knowledge to help nobody. Why you don't got the knowledge? Because you ain't denied yourself enough and got into that good book. You ain't denied yourself enough and stopped listening to that rap music and started listening to that gospel music and had that love playing on your heart, and had songs like I put my faith in you. Songs like that. Y'all niggas start, I'll put my faith in this glizzy. Y'all, that's what y'all go to. So understand that with Satan's music, you gonna manifest the will that come from his music. Trusting in a gun. When you go to God's music and you let those beats and those words manifest on your heart, you start to be a manifestation of what God called for us to truly be. When we submit to him, a lot of y'all ain't submitting to nothing. Y'all just out here, y'all submitting to something, to nothing, and which is the world, which is nothing. Y'all submit to the very thing that this book preaches against, and that's why so many people are blinded and don't want to go to it. They want to go and I was watching the thing with Muhammad Ali yesterday, and I saw this with the Nation of Islam. Wait, I don't want to say it right because I know it's a difference between Islam, right, and the Nation of Islam. And what I saw in that was Muhammad, the one who all of them was literally coming up under. He had a friend that died way back when due to racial injustice. And no, it was not right. But Satan saw an opportunity to create a doorway for that black people could run through and feel like they had a savior, but it was only to kill you. They gave us many truths. Many truths. We being hurt, the white man, this and that, all those was true. But the one thing that they didn't tell us is that we created a doctrine out of man for man's purpose, because we was deceived and we was hurt. Anything created out of hurt ain't of God. Anything created out of hurt in this world is not of God. Like the Black Lives Matter wasn't of God. The feminist group has absolutely nothing to do with God. What's some more? NCAAP, whatever, NAACP, nothing to do with God. Our gangs, Black Disciples, Gangster Disciples, Bloods, Crips, they assembled those groups because of what the white man was doing, and it had nothing to do with God. So it went against the same people who created it. Everything that you create for the people will only go against the people, because you can't create nothing that's gonna beat God. You can beat yourself from getting what God trying to give you. You can't beat God. The war was already won. This war that a lot of people, you having babies being born today, they coming into a war with parents who are failing. We got so many babies being born out of wedlock, they don't even get the. Oh, it's dangerous out here. Dangerous out here. Dang, everybody loves music, bro. God loves music. Like, hey, the black and white is cool for some things when we got to get the point across, but our war, our fight ain't black and white. Our war ain't good and it's good and evil. It's just that in God's divine nature, he knew Esau and everybody that would come from his line. Not everybody, because but majority. Because look at Jacob. How we get here if Jacob was all perfect? We be wanting to go in on Esau, but if Jacob was better than Esau, we would have never be slaves right now. We wouldn't be slaves. We wouldn't have slaves who don't even know that they slaves. We still slaves and we don't know we slaves because we're not in a chains in which we can see. But I know you feel them. You can't see those chains, but I bet you feel them. I bet you feel the whole, try to stop sinning. I bet you can't. I bet if you want to, like that, if you want to stop smoking weed or stop smoking cigarettes, think about stopping. Just think about stopping for a moment and see how your flesh gonna say, Your spirit might be saying you could do it. You gonna have a little voice that says you could do it, but then your flesh gonna give you a feeling that say, no, nigga, you can't do nothing. And on your own, you can't. You're gonna have to call out for a greater source because he ordained for a man. If a man want to pull himself up by his own bootstraps, he'll never be able to do it. It was ordained. Because again, God don't want nobody to put themselves back together. He is the great, how he put this world together. He did that, and he just want to put you together. He just want to fix you up and help you. Again, y'all keep putting God in the box of what he could do, saying that Jay's this, ain't no way that Bible is for us, and y'all putting God in the box that y'all belong to. So you don't take the power away from God. You take the power away from yourself when you deny Christ. So if you deny Christ already in your heart, he ain't gonna have you go on the journey to seeing that Christ look exactly like you. Beautiful brown man, beautiful brown woman, regardless of anything, all of us still made in the image of him, regardless of the color. Because an image ain't only solely a color. If I show you an image, I can show you an image of a man without the color, and because of the way that the image look, you could tell me what are you looking at. The first man might have been brown, black, whatever, but your black, your brown ain't gonna get you into the kingdom. I had to say this because while I do love my Hebrew brothers, you being Israel ain't getting you into the kingdom. But you calling and doing the will of the Most High and calling on the name of the Lamb, believing in the Lamb which was slain. Most people ain't gonna believe. They think it's a fairy tale. But people think Thor and all those other stories was what was the other Hercules. Now we starting to see that these were no stories at all, but they were real. Who you think the Nephilim was? Who you think those big giants who they devoured and turned on people? Who you think they was? Satan, no. But he likes to dilute things. Y'all know what the word dilute mean? Dilute. It's take the substance out. And if he created a world where if I can get these people to be entertained by truth, they won't even believe the truth to be true. And that's what this world is, entertainment. Everything is fake and flawed. No matter what you say, if you think that the football is legit, then the Saints would have got that pass interference call when that dude pushed them all. The Patriots wouldn't have won 6 Super Bowls as a Patriot fan. Tom Brady, they would have lost to the Jags that year that Jalen Ramsey was going crazy. I'm just giving y'all just small stories to understand that everything we see is just for entertainment. It ain't real. We want to believe it's real so bad. Myself, while seeing this, I'm like, nigga, I love football so much. I'd be like, boy, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Man, with football, I know it ain't, I don't think that they fixing every game, but just know for the winner of each year, no, that ain't normal. How the winner come about each year, they ain't the best team, probably don't win every year. And a lot of the time, the game of football ain't always meaning that the best team's supposed to win. Football, a game of inches, anything can happen. Sports, anybody can show up that one day. With football, you can show up that one day, the best team, they be off. But I'm just trying to tell you, bro, we all slaves. It's just like we all slaves in the system. And they manipulate everything from our language, from our who we are. They lie to us about who we are. So when they tell you who you are, you're gonna be offended. Most white people, if white people come to the understanding that they Gentiles, which y'all are Gentiles, sorry, like y'all, it doesn't, bro. The word just might sound bad because it has a negative connotation behind it. But we gotta drop the worldly things and pick up what is it truly bad if God said that the Gentiles was grafted in? The Gentiles, let me just break this down to y'all because people be so simple about it. Gentiles is people who necessarily, you could be a Gentile to God. Bro, there is people with black skin that ain't Hebrew. That ain't of the 12 tribes. Ain't nobody saying that let me just break it down. I'm going to break down what the Hebrews is and what the Gentiles is real quick. This was all it truly is in this world. The Hebrew people was chosen to keep God's word prevalent, to keep the belief prevalent, pretty much like what I'm doing. The Gentiles had their own gods. They was tricked by Nimrod off of what they saw. Pretty much just, I don't get offended, but pretty much just weaker spirits in the sense that they could not believe in what they could not see, but they could believe what they could see. So they did not do the leaning on faith, but they leaned on what they saw. So they was a Gentile unto God, meaning that they had their own gods. You are unfamiliar to me. Hebrew people are just the people that God chose because he knew what would happen in the world. And he knew that, man, a majority of these, when he saw Esau, he saw Jacob, he knew everything, that he knew us already. Before you were conceived in your mother's womb, I knew you. That ain't what? Bro, listen, before you were conceived in your mother's womb with no sperm cells and all those, I knew you. So that's saying when you, before you even got down to your mama, before you was sent down, he knew you. So he knew them too. And the thing was, he knew that the line of Esau, or Esau himself, would be an evil man. Get into the Bible and just people live for the world. They want to do everything for the world. They just want to go against God. That's what the Gentiles were like. They just had different gods. But then when Christ came, he had to come, listen, because we as Israel, we as Hebrew, we became Gentiles too. We started doing the same thing that the Gentiles did. But God chose us. He ordained us to be something. So when he ordained Judah to be who Judah was, just know that most time you're going to see black people or people that look like this with the skin color. That's just going to be the people out there going to bat for God. Most times. It ain't saying that the whites won't. Because you got to be crazy if you thinking that them white people ain't going on. Boy, don't be getting so lost in the sky. I don't even like saying that. I don't like calling them people white, but you more than a white. I'm more than even white. Fair skin, brown skin. And we need to understand that he wanted us to fight amongst each other because Esau and Jacob was already fighting. They was already fighting against each other. The believers, the non-believers, and Esau, boy, he wasn't nothing to play with. They take over everything. They took over everything. And I know they ain't teaching this in our churches. Why they not teaching this in our churches, Jamal? Because the churches are bought out by Satan. Most of the pastors are bought to give you hope in the world, not hope in God. They give you a little truth, where they might read a quote from the Bible, but they don't never read you the right ones. They don't never sit there and just go over that one and just do a whole sermon over that one thing and just have y'all persecuted to a point where, man, you like, man, when I leave here, I ain't thinking about getting no high, no drunk. Or I'm going, if I get $2, I'm giving you $2 because you, when I go home, I'm about to be, y'all sitting there donating to feel good, but y'all ain't donating for change. Y'all donating to feel good. Y'all know my life be pausing. It's just the internet. Y'all donating and giving tithes to people who really just using y'all for y'all money and ain't even helping y'all with y'all salvation. Church is not supposed to, every time you leave church, oh, you feel good, but you going back out and you look just like the world. Because you're going to be one of them folks say, ye, you're going to be one of them folks that he was talking about when he said, ye hypocrite. Ye hypocrite. I see what you're doing, but I don't know you. Depart from me. Yeah, man. But women, wait, men, we need to step up and be men, because when we be men, like when we really be the men that God ordained for us to be, you are not a man if you are not a man of God. Let me say that. If you are not a man of Christ, you are not a man. You have no responsibility and accountability to the one true man, so you can therefore not be a man until you submit to, in a sense, that manly spirit. That's the thing. People want to go all around it. They want to make they say, I'm a man. No, you're not. You're a feminine woman. That is why when I speak truth, you want to say you a man. And you want to, but that don't make you a man. A man ain't in his looks, in his strength. A man is deeper than that. You can't even see a man. You can see what you think might be a man, but a man lives within responsibility, accountability. I'm myself at 27, learning to be. God is helping me because I didn't have a man to learn by. I have no. So y'all think that when people preach that we be looking down on people. No, we understand. I suffer from the same thing y'all suffer from. I live in the same world y'all live in. I got to battle the same thing y'all got to battle every day, just like y'all. Because if I was perfect or God saw me being perfect, he cannot use me. I am the same broke as you are. You feel me? And a Swag D Music, drop the Allah. And I say this with love, bro. That Allah facing the east, that ain't your salvation. Christ is east, north, west, and south. You can face wherever, and when you speak through the Holy Spirit, you talking to him. I love you, bro. Like Christ loved you. I love you with the love of Christ. Drop the Allahs. Because that ain't a true word. And see, look, this is and I love when it's happened, but he helping me operate in not a weird spirit, but a loving spirit. See, this brother was with me until I said something that went against what he know, but he ain't truly doing the proper. You ain't living for God's understanding if you don't know. See, God ain't revealing himself to everybody because everybody ain't giving themselves to God. There's people who might be around and they might be rooting, but let's see how long you stay rooting for me. Because I might got something for you next. That's the thing. When you doing this godly thing, you cut and it hurt. Allah ain't of God. I pray you get to the root of that word and see. You ain't no Muslim, boy. You ain't part of no Islam, boy. You part of that Hebrew gang. And it ain't none more powerful than that Hebrew, that Israelite. And Gentiles, are you really a Gentile anymore? I don't think so. You might be a Gentile by your appearance, but to God, if you believe on Christ, you are an Israelite. This is what they're not telling you. There was a fleshly Israel, but then there's a spiritual Israel, and that means that's everybody. Israel is just those who will do the will of the Father. Don't have a look. But fleshly Israel got to know who they are, because when fleshly Israel know who they are and we get to talking like this, then we will raise everybody up into taking place, into getting to where we need to be, not where we want to be. Where you want to go ain't all the time beneficial for you. Yeah, many people don't understand the message, Iceman. And it's because we lean on our own understanding. But the thing is, if you truly living for God, he gonna give you the understanding that truly helps you. It's gonna hurt, because a lot of it, you're gonna be like, man, for real, out of it. Yes, you've been lied to. White folks, y'all been lied to. Y'all was told y'all was the people this whole time. But why y'all think y'all was doing with y'all forefathers? Why y'all think they was doing what they was doing to us? Because the whole time we was the people. They don't want to tell people about, and this gonna hurt a lot of people. And they made it to be like this because you don't question it. The Jews of the world today, they don't want people to question or even talk about what Hitler did. If anybody bring up Hitler's name, it's like you about to get ready to go right. You're done. But Hitler knew that we was the people, and he was trying to blackmail the Jews. Hitler knew who the real chosen people was, but Satan used Hitler. So Hitler knew who the chosen people was, but he thought that but like, this is what happens when you do out of your own will. You can know something, but when you ain't doing it with God, it ain't gonna work. Because what Hitler did, it didn't work, but it worked for the prophecy of Satan. Because after Hitler did that, people who wasn't nobody run the whole world. How y'all run the whole world when the whole world ain't had nothing to do with what happened to the Jews? Y'all gotta understand this is bigger than what they telling y'all it is. That was in Germany. So why the Jews run America? They lying. That was just prophecy to fulfilling for the bigger purpose. Yeah, we do suffer from the lack of knowledge. And we need to start really healing ourselves. And how do we heal ourselves? By men being men of God and women being women of God. Because these Jezebel spirits, the niggas losing because of y'all. If women only accepted men of God, you see more men of God. But because women accept the thugs, the low down nobodies who get their money in vain, and most time, listen, if I've been there, so if you there, don't think I'm hating or I'm just saying this because if you feel like I'm talking about you, then that means that remember what I said, man. If you ain't fulfilling the will of God, you fulfilling the will of Satan. And so to come up out of Satan, bro, y'all, come on, man. You know who I used to run with. Y'all know where I'm from. Nigga, don't nothing good go on in the hood. And ain't no positive fun going on in the hood. In the world, everything that we think is fun literally is probably a vexation from the spirit to move you away from God. Almost everything. Unless you build and I know people like, oh, that just seems so boring. I just said that to my girl last night. I'm like, man, it just seemed boring. Just seemed like I'm just watching sermons all day. It just seemed boring. It just seemed boring. But it seemed like that because we see things through this flesh. My spirit go crazy for what I see, but my flesh be wanting to do something else. You at battle with yourself. And a man that cannot win over his own soul, go see. I ain't gonna even tell y'all. Go see what the Bible said about a man who cannot be in control of his own soul. And I'm working these days because if you think that I got it right, then you ain't listening to nothing that I said. If you think that Jamal got it right fully, then you ain't heard a word that came out my mouth. Because God can only use the brokenhearted. Paul, all them. The thing was, with him, you become a new person. You're not that same old you no more. But it's going to take an ear to hear. It's going to take an eye to see. And that's deeper than what you hear when I say that. Because all ears hear, but all ears can't hear spiritual things. All eyes can see, but all eyes can't see spiritual things. All eyes can see, but all eyes can't even discern when you being tricked and fooled. People don't even know when they being tricked and fooled. Go on Facebook, for instance. People are trolling and having just certain scenes where you would have thought that this This moment that you looking at was real by how they acted. But undiscerning folks look at these videos and you see the comments, they believe it. And every time I'm looking and I'm like, that's not even real. But you can only discern. God gonna give you that discernment that come from him so you won't be fooled. A lot of y'all are fooled because you ain't going to the Most High for his love and his grace. And many of y'all stop probably right at the moment before you get to your breakthrough, because it's got to get hard. You got to feel lost before you can grow. Understanding with God, he wants to see, okay, for a little minute, you're going to feel real loved. And then he's going to put you out there on your own. You're going to feel real loved and like he was there with you all the time. And then you're going to be like, man, where you at? Then certain people who they feel like where they at, they like, oh, you wasn't really there. No, it's a test to see if you really here. Are you really here with me, mind, body, and spirit? Or are you just there with me when I'm there with you? When you feel me there with you, but are you there with me even when you don't feel me? Are you going to ride with God and believe in him even when you don't feel the Holy Spirit working on you? Because many days I get out and I talk and I be like, boy, I'll be done with the show. And I'm like, I don't feel like I just said nothing. But I get people and they be like, bro, you had so many jewels. And that's the whole moving and operating by faith. Even when you can't feel the benefits of what you operating by faith for. I don't think y'all understand. I don't think y'all be understanding. Sometimes I don't even understand when I be talking. I just be talking. So you got to know it ain't the Jamal you see. It is the Jamal that lives within me that is just reaching for something deeper than what y'all can see. It's reaching for something more divine, something that won't perish. It's searching and living for something that is you gonna have to have an ear to hear. But yeah, man, I hope y'all stay in prayer. I would pray for y'all, but y'all the church left people with such a terrible way to look at this godly thing, is that we go to people for salvation. I ain't y'all salvation. I'm your brethren to help you with words of encouragement, but I'm to lead you to salvation. So my words is I'm supposed to help you pick up your book, not give you the book so you can keep coming back to me, not keep preaching God so you can look at me as like, man, I love him every time. If I get low, I go to Jamal. Boy, when you get low, you go to Jamal to go to God. If anything, I should be opening up to get into the book. Like, let me go. I know it's hard for me to get straight to the book, so let me go to where I'm at, and maybe in this to something that I can see, which might be me, to get over to the believing what you can't. Because it's hard. Oh, it's hard. But the reward that you get for this, bro, if 2/3 of the people gonna perish for lack of knowledge, and y'all keep saying that when you ain't even read that Bible, I promise you, if you never read the Bible to read and to see his love for you, I'm talking about you won't be like, oh my God, you love me so much. I'm telling you, you really gonna have days like that where you gonna, when he give you the revelation and understanding of his word, and it applies to the people in the time that you living in, maybe a moment of pain or a moment of something that you went through, and you see that Bible speak on that that's your revelation. That's him showing you everything that I say. Let everything that God say and everything that God said, there's a certain Bible scripture that lets you know that this book was put together by the Holy Spirit. So no matter if it's Luke, John, Mark, Ezekiel, Job, Genesis, it's all the Holy Spirit, which is all he who lives within me, who lives within you. It's one understanding to this book. It might be a multiple breakdowns, but you're going to have the same understanding. But yeah, man, I love y'all, but ain't nobody love more powerful than the love of Christ. This world is an illusion. to keep you from receiving eternal life in heaven. So do not savor the things of this world. It's the greatest trick ever sold, ever told to those who live in this carnal state. It's more, man. It's more. It's truly more, because if it wasn't, God wouldn't be who he is to play a game like this. To have us doing, going through all this, you got to know that there's something way greater on the other end. But you're not going to receive greater unless you kill this fleshly you. God want to see who all can deny the lust of the flesh. And there are so many desires that this flesh won't. But those who can win over their own soul and over their own body, those will be the one who receive everlasting life, because you did it. You did the hardest thing for any spirit to do. It's so hard that 2/3 of all mankind will perish. I don't think y'all understand that there. You think you got time to waste? You don't. Do y'all know all them people who died? If they truly ain't believe in their heart, they not in hell right now. Oh no. Hell ain't happening right now. Heaven is a heaven, but the heaven that he said will be established on earth ain't happening right now. Because if it happened, it wouldn't be no evil going on. I wouldn't need to be preaching. It ain't happened yet. Do not get stuck on this illusion in this world where you think that this is all. You think Vaughn ain't in hell, he's underground. But when hell but when they maybe they are in a sense of hell. Maybe they are in a sense of hell, they own hell, but hell gonna be thrown over to fire and lake, and the hell gonna be thrown into the lake of fire. And yes, for sure, Vons, your Vons of the world, your Mo 3s, all them, it don't matter. It don't matter. And bro, hey, I'm blocking you. Why they hating? Because one dude, you're weird. And I'm not saying Vaughn ain't in hell. I'm talking, bro, hell in a sense ain't so much as established right now. Vaughn ain't going to heaven. And you must not really know who I am coming on here talking, but you're blocked. So you might as well run along. So nobody will ever see your comments here again. So bye. Run along, because I don't got time to play with y'all, boy. I'm here doing something for you think your words mean more than the words of wisdom that I'm trying to give out. Boy, you ain't nobody. You just sitting there talking. Chances are you ain't even living for the Most High. You don't know, boy, you don't know nothing. You ain't even let me finish what I was saying. Sorry, you don't know nothing. Sorry, boy, you better get on. People, that's another thing. These people who ain't living for God, they out here persuading a lot of other folks and getting y'all to indwell in something totally different. And a lot of them got the gift to get all these rappers, all of them. They not living for God. They helping Satan. And Satan helping them. He helping them, but he tricking them. They help his trick. God gives, but he don't give with strings attached. When Satan gives, that's why you see all these rappers keep dying. Kanye keep telling you he sacrificed his mom. They still using him. Satan using him, but he giving truth, but he still using them. That nigga gave y'all one thing. We the people. I believe in Jesus, and he ain't brought out no more scripture. He ain't said nothing. Why you trying to be? How you trying to be? You could tell that he don't really know who Christ is, and when that time come, Christ won't know him because he trying to be a president of the United States. Anybody who say they know God, but they talking about Republican this, Republican, Democrat that, you need to see, boy, that Bible preaching against this government system, and you trying to go work for it. You ain't finna go work for and change the system, nigga. They gonna change you. You think I'm gone? Because there's so many people that be like, no, why you think that? Boy, think that. Think, boy, I know what I'm saying is right and what y'all believe is wrong. You just see a man with money and this and that, and y'all think that because they publicly killing him or publicly harass, whatever they doing to him, they put him publicly and they taking the money away. They say they taking this away. They say Kanye ain't out there for y'all. Kyrie Irving ain't out there for y'all. They not helping. It was good that they did what they did. Satan used them, but they did get a lot of people on the jump up and the go, but they not really, because if they was truly living for y'all, Kyrie Irving wouldn't care to play basketball no more. If it's as real as y'all know, they don't know how real it is. They just heard. We need to keep, maybe they need to keep having seeds planted in them and God need to keep watering them, but man, they ain't never had their seeds. Kyrie Irving is one of them. He believed anything spiritual. Like you say, I love and I think that everything, nah, I'm not dropping no link, nothing. He think that everything is spiritual and he be like, oh, I believe that all religions are good. No, they not. Because if it ain't got your salvation in there, then it's to take away from your salvation. Yes, there's only going to be one truth in the world. It don't matter what men say. It don't matter what you say in your heart. Believe what you want to believe. Believe and do what you want to do. That's why it's free will. Ain't nobody telling you you got to watch this or follow nobody. God lets you do what you want to do. But if you care enough, you going to go through the persecution. You're going to go through the denying yourself to hear the real word. And that's a fact right there. You can only serve one God, one master. Because if you can't serve two, the Most High said that. Religion is man-made. All facts. Religion is man-made. Christ was a man, but he didn't have to create himself to be a man. Or the Most High didn't have to manifest him to be a man, to die for man. He did that because that was the ultimate love. That was the ultimate repayment. I don't think y'all know. We got to stay. Bro, it's going to be hard coming up out of everything that this world done, gifted us and told us about ourselves. It ain't easy. But it's going to be the most worth it that you can ever know, because when we all up there in heaven and y'all see my spirit and y'all feel the familiarity of my spirit when we in heaven, be like, you was that one that helped me along with the get along, get here. You feel me? Hopefully, if we can have any talks like that, you would thank the people who you live. Because I know I got some that I'm going to thank. Pastor Darby, man. It's a few men of God that have lived and left their word here. And when Lil Durk died, or like just take Officer, they ain't leave nothing but music that you listen to when it's time to party, when it's time to sin. Or you might think that you listening to them to build your self-esteem. In reality, a lot of times y'all go to rappers and you might be hurt by a girl, so you think he building your self-esteem because he talking down on women. Like, y'all got to understand that it ain't no real supplication and none of this music out here. It ain't no real fruits. It ain't no real love and none of these dudes' music. Lil Durk posted that picture of him with the skulls and all that, and I posted it on my Instagram. And I was talking about, man, this is crazy. People don't even see the symbols. If this is just music, what's up with all the demonic symbols? Somebody commented and it was like, bro, what's the symbols that, like, I don't see? They don't even see nothing wrong. And I was angry, but I just told him, like, bro, if you don't see nothing wrong, you need to get on this God thing. Like, seriously. But yeah, man. Man, I say, man, I love y'all boys. I truthfully, man, love y'all women. And I ain't talking about like that, but I hope everybody, man, when men of God do what we do, we ain't asked for this. I never asked for this. I wouldn't one of them dudes like, oh, I can't wait to have me a podcast. And that's why God gave me, because he knew, like, people who be wanting to do stuff, God be seeing that you want already, so I ain't going to give it to you. I'm going to give you something you don't want. I never wanted to speak in front of people. I don't. Y'all, people would think I'm lying. If you meet me, you would think I'm lying. I don't like people like that. I am not, bro, I don't be playing. I'm not a dude that play like that. For real. Because people are ignorant. And boy, Satan be working on me with my anger. So like, boy, I don't really like people. But I love y'all. Love, I would rather for somebody to love me than like me anyway. Because I love you so much, I'm going to pray for you. It's just crazy how in this world, prayer don't mean nothing. But if I give you money, you think I love you. That's how you know bad is good is bad and bad is good. Prayer is the most powerful, loving thing that anybody could ever do for you. But because you don't see it, but because it ain't giving you nothing immediately, we was taught to get immediately, and you don't get it immediately. You don't love me, my bro. You got $10. No, I pray for you though. Nigga, you don't love. Nigga gonna be like, yo, boy, I just say I pray for you. So if somebody come get you, if somebody got the $10 20 minutes from now, that was my prayer. The Most High said the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And if you ain't deemed righteous in front of him, I don't know if I am, but I know I am, because I try. He gonna see, are you willing? That's the whole thing about this, y'all. Y'all willing to do everything for the world. Are you willing to suffer for his good? For his, bro, they killed Jesus. Jesus was preaching to a lot of people that didn't believe nothing he was saying. That's why they conspired to kill him. And it should have told us if he wasn't saying nothing true, if he wasn't who he said he was, they wouldn't want to kill. They wouldn't have killed him. It wouldn't be a story about them killing him. Man, go to those verses. You Hebrews, y'all gotta wake up. For real. Because when y'all wake up, the world wake up. When you wake up, the Gentiles, they gon' like, because of the preaching. And when God revealed his Holy Spirit on us, and when you start to get to points that these people can't defute, they gonna be like, I gotta really see what's going on. And then they saving themselves. That's why he said the truth will set you free. Though some cliches shouldn't, Satan made it a cliche so it'll take the power away. Seriously. Some cliches are only cliches because Satan knew that if you keep showing people something, keep doing this, keep saying this, that the man is going to just be used to it. The truth sets you free. And the whole world is living a lie. That's why the whole world is in captive by the mind. Everybody in captive in some form by the mind. Niggas out here chasing money. They don't care about nothing else but chasing money. They do anything for the money. Women out here, I don't even know, is it the money y'all want? The attention? Both? Because like y'all don't care about sexual. They turned off their sexual need, they sexual what's it called, and they just operate to get. They give you all the sexual. I never understood how a prostitute could be a prostitute. You mean that your job all day, every day is to have sex? For real? Like, how is that even possible? You just have sex all day, every day. That sounds like a broken woman to me. And a man who just chasing money all day to really get sex, that sounds like a broken man. Because niggas ain't chasing money to give to the homeless. Nigga, you chasing money so you can look good out here for these Jezebels. Name one drug. Like, niggas might do something one time good so the women can see him. Oh, they did the toy drive. Did you see him, girl? He had to. Niggas ain't doing no. They do it once a year just to be seen by the people. They gonna make sure everybody see him. Niggas don't never do nothing behind the scenes. These famous people don't never do nothing. These rich people, anytime they help the people, they got to show y'all what they doing. And that's why God said that they have their reward now. I don't care. I don't care how many people. Boy, I can't wait till Christ come back. Because when those things of gold started to perish, boy, I just want to let out one big laugh of release in the end times. One big laugh to say, aha, I knew it. I knew my faith was right. Y'all ain't had no faith. That's why y'all did anything y'all wanted to do, because the lack of faith. Definitely appreciate you, Gangway. And then even that, Gangway, man, change your name. You're not a Gangway. Goat man, you ain't no goat man. Like, come on, let's be careful what we even calling ourselves. Well, you a Hebrew. Like, we really need to understand who we really are and not try to be something to be seen by people who don't even care about it. I care. That's why I said something. People who don't care, they be like, oh, shit. They see the niggas that you running from 3 blocks away. They meet you, see you, and they knew you going down there, but they don't. Them dudes down there that y'all been in tour with, y'all don't think you should be keep walking that way. When you walking in sin, that's walking that way. Satan down there to kill you. I'm trying to prevent you from steady walking that way to walk my way. I'm going this way, you going that way. I'm going this way. I know who lead me this way, nigga, because my lifestyle showing me I don't do the same things I used to. I don't even got the same drive and love for the old thing. The old Jamal truly passed away. Not truly, because I still got anger. I still got some things I lack. But yeah, man, value Christ over your life, man. We gone.